done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, September 13th. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Got a great jam-packed show lined up for you today. Tickets on the line today for Rome from Sublime with Rome and Duddy from the Dirty Heads performing together at the Rialto Theater on December 14th. We'll be giving away those tickets at 7 a.m. And then later on in the show, in the 8 o'clock hour, Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets will come in. We'll play another round of Tap Out.
Yeah.
So giving up to $100 in gift certificates to Tucson Games and Gadgets. And I will have a precursor this week. No prize pigs. You know, I do have Tap Out prize pigs. I get it. You know, yes, you want all the free stuff. I get it. But I like to spread the wealth. And there's a couple guys in particular where I'm like, that's enough. That's enough for now. Jesus.
That is enough.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you want from me? Blood? You guys, ridiculous. So we're going to be playing Tap Out around 8:30. So that's part of the giveaways. And then at 7:30, the big deal is you're going to tune in for the time and the song that you're listening for today for the keyword to enter to win the When We Were Young Vegas Flyaway promotion that we got going on. So that's a big deal. Yesterday, Robin Nash played My Chemical Romance, Welcome to the Black Parade at 12:10.
Yeah.
And that's what they were listening for. They got that. And with that, they were texting the keyword in to qualify for this big grand prize. Now, this is a KFMA only promo. So this is a big deal. I'm stoked about it. That When We Were Young festival sold out minutes. And then they're like, well, we got to add another weekend. And they add another weekend. And that sold out minutes again. They're like, we got to add another weekend. And then, you know, the emo band stepped up and said, wait a second. You guys can't book us out for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
You need to pump the brakes a little bit, bitch. Keep in mind, I'm sad all the time. And so it's a big deal. It's a sold-out concert, and the labels hooked us up with these tickets, plus tickets for the airplane fare, so you can fly to Vegas, and a hotel stay, so you can bang all weekend long. It's a good time. So the When We Were Young Festival, again, 7:30 is when I'm going to tell you what song you're listening for and what exact time that song is going to be played and who's going to play it for you to enter to win. Yesterday, or Friday, I went to Nogi, and you didn't come with me.
No, I know, a rare miss, but go on.
I'll tell you what, though, something's up because on the way back from the Border Patrol at those checkpoints was, unless they were trying to get overtime or they got some tips, but they were pretty aggressive. It was more aggressive than I've seen them in a long time. And I go down to Nogales or Rocky Point once every couple months, right? So I go through these checkpoints, and usually they're just like two guys just BSing, waving people through, right? Yeah. But this time on Friday, there were about 10 different Border Patrol officers and a canine. And they were asking everybody questions going through. It was a very slow process. Now, this was a Friday afternoon at like noon. So it's not like there were a lot of cars or I would have been backed up for miles. But still, the fact that there was 20 cars ahead of me, it still took almost like 20 minutes because the way that they were interrogating people.
Yeah.
And so I drive through and I roll down my window, you know, trying to be courteous and like, hey, you know, nobody's in my car. And the female Border Patrol officer is like, yeah, how you doing, sir? What's the reason for your visit to Mexico? And I'm like, went to the pharmacy, you know? And like, oh, you went to the pharmacy. You have any illegal prescriptions or narcotics in your vehicle? And I go, hard no. Right. And when I said hard no, it's like I smacked her in the face. She went, ugh. Like, she was surprised by it. I had no time or patience for this, and I just gave her the hard no. How are you going to respond to a hard no? She's like, oh, all right, well, carry on. Have a good day, sir. I'm like, all right, there you go. I hit her with the hard no. Now, keep in mind, I was stoned. I wasn't in the mood for this shit. Oh, I got to hit that dump.
You stoned now? Settle down.
So Long story short, next time you get harassed by a border patrol, just say hit him with a hard no.
Yeah.
Hey, are you smuggling a bunch of people in the back of your truck? Hard no. No, well then,
That might be just good advice anywhere you are. Oh, you got any spare change? It's okay. That's a hard no.
yeah. Soft yes. Never give him the soft yes. Yeah. Are you on marijuana right now? Is that a soft yes? I was on marijuana about an hour ago. I'm still a little buzzed. Soft yes. Have you been drinking? That's a medium boiled maybe. So it was interesting. Okay, last night was the Emmys. We got some highlights on that. It was interesting to see the Emmys last night. Jimmy Kimmel, he likes to commit to a joke, and the joke was he was presenting with Will Arnett, and they were like, "Oh, we were backstage drinking skinny margaritas," and Jimmy drank too many, and now he's passed out drunk. So Will Arnett brought Jimmy Kimmel's limp body up to the stage, right? Yeah. And then they presented an award for best comedy writing, and a woman won the award, and she went up to the stage, and Jimmy Kimmel stayed there, laid there like he was dead. And she had to step over him and do her acceptance speech with Jimmy right there. He committed to the bit, and he wouldn't get up and move out of the way. Now, the internet has a problem with this, and I don't see what the big deal is. Like, I get this guy committing to the bit. Not the best kind of joke, but whatever. It's the Emmys. Okay, that's kind of funny. And then you say that you're drunk, and he's basically selling it. So she even had him like hold his purse, like put her purse on him.
Yeah.
The internet's just like, what an a-hole to like really try to take away from her moment and all this nonsense. And I was thinking, no, you know what? In hindsight, when she looks back at these glorious pictures that she'll have framed on the wall, the moment that she first won an Emmy, and she's old and gray, and she has grandkids being like, Grandma, what is that? And I'm like, oh, that's me accepting my Emmy. And then they'll point down to Jimmy Kimmel laying dead on the ground right below her. And I'm like, well, who is that? Why is he laying down? She's like, well, you see, that was America's third most popular late night talk show host doing a hell of a joke, killing it, if you will. So, I mean, I think it's a memory that's worth its weight in gold, personally. So I don't know why there's people are upset about that. All right, let's get things moving. We got your morning moron coming up after the latest from Ozzy Osbourne, kicking things off with the mighty, mighty Foo. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go. Yo, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the podcast broadcast. There's our show open, which I dropped an infamous shit bomb.
It was great.
Yeah, first time I dropped a shit bomb on the podcast broadcast, or actually just the broadcast part. I say shit all the time on the podcast broadcast. So that was a good way to start off the day. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you, Chef Gary. What up, Manny? What's up, Nick? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Mario? Hoping to get you guys on the Glow show as well. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to cover here in the podcast broadcast. We just said goodbye to Shane. I played another round of Tap Out for Tucson Games and Gadgets, and that was fun. Things have been rocking and rolling this morning. You been feeling good, Powers?
I'm in a good mood. I was excited to come on back. It's funny because I was watching the stream yesterday, and no matter what happens, even when I was away, I'm just like, I want to be on the radio, hang out.
Yeah. Have fun time. I know. It should have popped in on the stream. I mean, I saw your comments, but, I was distracted with too many things. We have some video that we're going to show. I had a speed break I didn't get to today. I was trying to figure out the punchline. But it is the bag on the people involved. Was it Ricky Rockham? The headline was Poison drummer Ricky Rocket says the stadium tour with Motley Crue and Def Leppard proved rock and roll isn't dead. But it looks like it's going to die soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So essentially it was going to be my headline, but I didn't get to that speed break. Maybe I'll squeeze it out tomorrow. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. But the reason why I bring that up is because there was a guy that we're going to talk about here in about 2 minutes who complained about a Motley Crue concert, paid overpriced, like a couple $100 to go to the stadium to see this lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was offended at the way people acted at a Motley Crue concert.
Really?
Yes. And that's what we're going to go over here in a little bit on the air. And then I'll have off air
was his name
Herb
video. Stratford?
Yeah, right. No, Herb Stratford, as nerdy as he looks, dude likes boobs. You know, yeah, we'd bro down on the boob tip every now and then. You know this whenever we talk about the Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe movie that's going to come out on Netflix. It's NC-17 and Ana de Armas. You could see a little twinkle in Herb's eye. He can't wait to see that entire film, and it's really not because of the portrayal of Marilyn Monroe. It's just how much Ana de Armas looks like Marilyn Monroe, and then how much she look like Marilyn Monroe naked. That's what he wants to know, and he's going to give the 2 palms up review. I know it. I know Herb too well. You know, he puts on a good front. This guy's prestigious, and of course, he's not going to admit it. If he's sitting in studio with me, he doesn't want to, you know, like, it's one of those weird things where I know that his more sophisticated friends are like, how you on that show? right. And he just like, he tries to play it off like, you know, it promotes charity work and blah, blah, blah. But really, what he doesn't say to his highbrow friends is, I relate to that motherfucker a lot. Right?
He doesn't tell them how much he watches the challenge.
Yes, you know what I mean? There's so many different things as astute and well-read Herb Stratford looks.
We see him dressed for opera. With the scarf and the gloves.
Right.
It goes to his premieres.
It's all a clever ruse and good for him. You know, that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, he's one of the boys. That's legit. All right, so yeah, we'll get into this Motley Crue thing. I'm going to pull up this clip, which on the podcast broadcast, you're going to be able to see and hear uncensored. You're not going to hear that on the FM side. I have some censored audio that I'm going to just play, just a retort from Motley Crue. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/Beef Vegan. If you want to get in on the fun, join our streamers there in the comment section or any of our Facebook pages on Rock 102.1 or at Beef Vegan or at Beef Vegan Presents. We make it super simple. We're even on Twitch, Beef Vegan Presents. So, you know, we just talked about on the podcast broadcast, we're talking about Motley Crue, right? Now we've talked about Tommy Lee. He's been making headlines here over the past few weeks, most notably for showing his wiener on Twitter and then threatening to show his wiener at the live stadium shows that Motley Crue is currently on with Def Leppard and Poison.
Yeah.
Now, apparently the store has been going great. In fact, actually, Ricky Rocket from Poison, the drummer from Poison, makes a testament saying this is proof that rock and roll isn't dead because we're doing sold out stadium show. And it's like, yeah, that's true at the same time, but it does look like rock and roll is dying rapidly. And, you know, there's a lot of replacement players in there, but that's neither here nor there. Still a good time. And what I didn't know about a Motley Crue show is that the people that are going out to the show today are the same people that came out to the Motley Crue shows in the 80s. And they're reliving their youth in every which way. So what did they do in the 80s when they went to go see the Crue live? They would flash their boobs if they had them. Yeah. And that's happening a lot at Motley Crue stadium shows all over the place. And of course, it's baited. They want to see boobs. They want to put them up on the Jumbotron. It's a full-blown spectacle. But one person who went to a San Francisco stadium show named Juan Alvarez didn't get the memo. He was not happy about seeing breasts on the large screen and male genitalia. And he plans on filing a police report over it.
Oh.
Yeah. He's no one to mess with, I'll tell you that much. He told the local TV station, quote unquote, minors and everyone were forced to see people nude on the big screen, and everyone was doing it around us. I mean, everyone. I was the only one that kept my pecker in my pants. Nerd. It was like Sodom and Gomorrah. It was crazy. Tommy Lee's like, F yeah, dude. It was awesome. San Francisco rocks. Now, obviously, it's against the law to expose yourself in front of kids or anybody, especially in front of 30,000 people. Okay. So that's not a good look. But what are you doing bringing kids to a Motley Crue show? A, they don't want to be there. B, you're making them grow up really fast. You know, you're like, oh, daddy, what's that? Oh, well, those are breasts that were very perky in the 80s and now are on the floor. Oh, daddy, what's that? Oh, well, that's a gentleman with long hair, like a mullet, snorting cocaine. Oh, daddy, what's that?
We call that spandex. Son.
Yeah. Oh, that's your grandma giving oral favors to a roadie to get backstage. It's just Motley Crue show. That's what we do. Anyways, Tommy Lee had an answer. All right. And he tweeted, complaining about seeing breasts at a Motley Crue show is like complaining about seeing cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory.
Hmm.
Yeah, well said. And he proves an excellent point. In fact, actually, there's some audio that I have of Tommy here that he responded to. This is the censored version of the audio. I'll play the uncensored version on the podcast broadcast along with the video, but this is what Tommy had to say about this. This is Juan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, the one sounds like a nerd. Tommy Lee's response is unedited, and we're gonna play that along with the video on the podcast broadcast. So join us right now, Rock 102.1's Facebook page, youtube.com/BeFegan. More BeFegan Presents coming up after Candlebox. Clear. Okay, so let's get into this video here. I know you guys didn't hear that audio, and that's fine. It's what he said.
Yeah, it's exactly what I read. So I'm like, oh shit, maybe I should have listened to it ahead of time. All right. Here is Tommy Lee's hilarious response. It's hard to hate on Tommy. I try. It's hard. He's a funny fucker.
Goers speaking out against the actions of rock band Motley Crue after the band's drummer asked attendees to expose themselves, and some did, in front of children. Juan Alvarez and his sister Sylvia have been attending concerts since they were kids. They attended the Motley Crue show at Oracle Park on Wednesday. They were in for quite a surprise as founding member Tommy Lee asked the crowd to expose their genitals. Alvarez was shocked and says it was traumatizing to see so many people take part.
To see so many genitals.
Everybody was forced to see
Oh my God, boobs and
various
penises.
people
What are we gonna
on big
do?
screen, and
Yo,
everyone around us was doing it too. It was like Sodom and
I got a
Gomorrah.
question for
It's
you.
crazy.
What
Obviously,
the
against law
fuck do you
to expose
expect to
yourself
see at a
in front of
Motley Crue
anybody.
concert, dude?
Especially in front of
You've been doing this for fucking
30,000
ever.
people.
Now, ABC 7 News reached out to a Giant spokesperson.
That was him just talking over it.
There have been several
You
complaints and
fucking
expressed their
pussy.
concern to promoters. The Giant staff was not involved in show production. Alvarez plans to file a police report with SFPD for the indecent exposure and has no plans to ever return to another Motley Crue show.
Yeah, so that was just Tommy Lee just talking over it.
After the concert, the man was gone to a Hooters to get food, and he was shocked. He couldn't believe what he saw. He's also going to complain about that.
Right. And in case you couldn't tell what Tommy was saying, he said, yo, Juan, I got a question for you. What do you expect to see at a Motley Crue concert, dude? We've been doing this for fucking ever. Jesus Christ, you fucking pussy. That is Tommy Lee's quote to Juan talking over that. Somehow, some way, he just knows how to do social media. He did it wrong, but still did it right at the same time. It was so odd. Just Tommy Lee doing Tommy Lee shit. So good stuff. Yes, it is a Taco Tuesday. Where are you guys eating your tacos today? That's what I want to know. You eating tacos today?
Ooh, maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe now.
Yeah. I've been grubbing, getting ready. All right, we have a lot to cover here in the podcast broadcast. Earlier this morning, we discovered that the royal family has royal bees. And more importantly, there's a tradition involved whenever somebody from the royal family passes away that involves the bees. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. A little Pop Evil to get you going on this Tuesday morning. It's 6:30 on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Don't forget, it's 7:30. I'm going to tell you what song and what time we're playing that song for your chance to enter into the When We Were Young Flyaway Music Festival promotion that we're doing all week long. Will it be Razor who plays it? Will it be Robin? Find out at 7:30. And at 7:10, we're going to give away tickets for Rome with Duddy from the Dirty Heads at the Rialto Theater. But first, did you know, Powers, this was very odd news. Now, with the Queen passing, a lot of old traditions are starting to come to light. Maybe people in the UK would know about these things, but us Americans had no clue these type of situations and traditions existed. Here's an example. It's an odd tradition, but the royal beekeeper has traveled to where the royal bees are all kept.
I was going to say, can I stop you right there about, the who?
Yeah. Okay, so apparently the patriarchy has royal bees.
Royal bees.
Yeah. These bees have been, I don't know, knighted, or they're just royal. They have royal honey that goes great with the royal tea. There's, bees are important for our environment and ecosystem, 100%. And I think the Queen and the royal kingdom, they knew this. and they have their own set of bees, and they have a royal beekeeper. I'm not making any of this up.
I believe you. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So the royal beekeeper had to travel to the royal bees and tell them that the queen has died.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he tell them in B?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. So this guy had to go to the bees, tell them that their queen has died, and be a total buzzkill, right?
Well done.
Ah.
All the buzz jokes I just had in my head. Go on.
Just imagine though, him making this announcement to these bees, right? Like, so John Chappell's his name,
Yeah.
and he went to Clarence House at Buckingham Palace to break the news, and we're told that their new master, King Charles. Oh, the bees were also told this, that they have a new master.
Oh,
So the queen that they've known for their entire life cycle, in fact, generations, multiple generations, probably 100 different generations. I don't know how long bees live, but I know the queen outlived them all.
yeah.
So they had to say, hey, bees, sorry, but the queen is dead. The queen bee, she's done.
Yeah.
Now you got King Charles. And I think in response to this, the bees flew over to King Charles and started stinging him in the fingers, because if you saw, the big controversy is King Charles' big sausage fingers. So Chappell draped the hives with a black cloth so the bees could mourn too.
Right. Those bees obviously need to take a moment of silence.
How much does this dude get paid? How can I be a royal beekeeper? This is insane.
I
If
don't
this
know.
is a six-figure job, I'm going to punch somebody in the face.
You know it is.
Ah,
Does he look like the old knight from Indiana Jones, just
Yes.
waiting to deliver the message to the royal bees?
yes. Can you give me that message real quick? I need you to be John Chappell, and I'm going to be the royal bees in your best royal accent.
Okay.
Tell me the news about the old lady dying.
Okay, here, gather round now, bees. All of you, here's the buzz. Unfortunately, what's happened? Ow, what? Ow.
That's exactly how it went down. There's the recreation. Coming up next, there's a fast food chain that's in hot water for it being inadvertently racist or overly racist. I'll let you be the judge. We're doing that after Metallica on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Bees!
You guys didn't get to hear the buzzing that we did there, but there was bee buzzing in the background as well. So it was definitely theatrical, to say the least. Here's why you never run in a house of mirrors.
Oh,
You ready?
wait, I'm not ready. Hang on. I want to see.
All right.
Oh, God.
This kid learned the hard way.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No running in the mirror maze
Where'd you
will
go?
grow.
How did
Where'd
he
he go?
disappear?
There he goes.
Look, and he's out.
Oh.
No
out,
running
out.
in the
Yes. It's funny because the reason why I'm playing this is that my girlfriend did this yesterday. We were, looking out our front window. We got a big front window of her house, and there's bars, and she's super paranoid about black widows because there's a few black widows around the outside of the house. And she's just like nitpicking, looking at things, right? Pointing things that aren't there out as far as we need to clean that. We need to pull those weeds. Like there's no weeds. Right. We did weeds this weekend. And then she went to go look for like spiders and leaned in hard and went pop. And I was rolling. I was like, that's what you get. I was like, yeah, you're trying to look for shit to clean up. If you can't see it, then it's not dirty. So yes,
She likes cleaning so much.
she does. It's insane. All right. So I want to show you this today and fuck around and find out.
Oh,
Yes, this is hilarious. What happened was there was this 35-year-old dude named Stuart Briggs. He was a dick, right? He was picking a fight with a kid. The kid was only 16 years old that he was picking a fight with, trying to be a badass. Okay. See, the problem is though, Stuart picked a fight with a 16-year-old who is also a jiu-jitsu master. Uh-huh. And you're going to see in today's fuck around and find out what happens when you mess around with, no matter what the age, a jiu-jitsu master is. Hey, I'm going to press play on this. Wait.
what kind of video is this?
This is Daily Mail.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, they got their own embedded bullshit, but the video's worth watching. Watch this. First off, did you see Stuart's feet in the air there?
So funny.
Yes. So, all right, here it goes. Stuart's like trying to mess with this kid. Hey, man. Hey. And then, This kid puts him in a submission move, flips him upside down onto his head. Stewart comes at him again, still stunned. And the kid's like, okay, if you want to go again, I'm going to go again. I will fuck you up, man.
When someone's standing like a street fighter, like you got to look out.
Yeah.
Like,
boom. At what point do you think Stewart realized he fucked up? Right now? While he's on the ground and the kid's on top of him?
probably.
Yeah. So the backstory is that he's 35 years old and he confessed to attacking a 16-year-old boy in England, shouting out, I'm going to smash your head in and I'm going to stab you in the alley.
Wow.
Yeah. And the problem was he was attacking Alex Williams, who's a multiple junior world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
He's even a world champ.
World champion. And you saw how easily he was able to toss Stewart into the air. And then he was able to restrain him, and Briggs granted unconditional bail until his hearing on October 11th. But this was today, and fuck around and find out. So,
Nice.
Yes. All right. This morning we had a morning moron who actually proved the whole theory that if you shoot a bullet straight up in the air, will it come down? The short answer, yes. And will it come down in your ass? A shorter answer, hell yes. Well, it's long. Ooh, spooky. Brand new Aussie right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It is now 6:16. Time for your morning moron. Let's do it. Ooh. You got to be a dumb ass to shoot yourself in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 31-year-old man in Texas was arrested on an outstanding warrant early Sunday morning when he was found with a single gunshot wound to the buttock. How'd he do that? Well, and who shot him? Well, he did. Now, according to witnesses, the man had been firing shots into the air like a big dummy, and you don't want to do that like directly above you. Here's the thing about gravity, right? When you shoot it up in the air directly above you, it comes back down.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget this. They think these magic bullets just disappear. Now, if you shoot at an angle, it's going to fall down somewhere else, and, you could potentially harm somebody. There's laws against this. This guy didn't know that, but he also didn't know. He shot it straight up in the air and then was just doing a little do-si-do, just spinning around, probably twerking, popping his ass out.
Yep.
Made it easy for the bullet to come right down into the buttocks.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
This is something I've always wanted to hear for real.
Yeah. It can happen, and it has happened in Texas. He was tagged by one of those bullets when it was coming down and somehow shot himself directly. Now, he will survive because he had a giant ass, but he was treated at a hospital and he's in stable condition. It's unclear what the warrants were for or if he'll face additional gun charges. Let's hope he does. But to summarize real quickly, shooting gun in the air, then standing underneath that bullet long enough for it to come back down and shoot you right in the ass is not only instant karma, it definitely makes you a morning moron. All right, we're back here live. Oh, I almost have to switch up the screens. Be like, are we live right now? What's going on? All right. So coming up here in a little bit, we're gonna go through some horror stories from people's worst roommates. I know you live with a bunch of roommates, so think about that on the back burner. I asked the question on Facebook: what's the most you've ever won? Like the most valuable prize you've ever won? Money, car, vacation trips, and that's the question I asked. Michael Durant said slot machine for 500. That's a good score. Dallas got a day off with pay. That's not too good. Amber Lee won a 2-night cruise to the Bahamas with her ex-husband.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a prize or a punishment?
Yeah, that's a story I want to do a follow-up on. Kimberly said, I almost won the Tucson Toros plane in a ball throwing competition. She got second place and about $5,000 in free play as her prize to the casino. So a plane?
A plane?
Yeah.
What do you do if you win a plane?
Right? To like go to pilot school, I guess. Yeah, right? Still, it's something. All right, let's get back on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. We're live on youtube.com/bfegan and of course on the radio that you're listening to right now. There was a Reddit thread I found very interesting and I could relate to this as well. It's talking about horrible roommate stories, right? So 600 KFMA if you have one. The question is set up like this, right? What is people are talking about their most interesting roommates, and the stories range from strange to horrifying. So you've lived with how many people in your lifetime, Powers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people.
5
think,
different
yeah.
people. What's the most like strange roommate experience you've had?
Nothing too strange, but certainly like what they would cook and more like what he would like fry like liver. And it was like, oh, I would stink up the whole house. But then the real problem was our rooms were just a little too close. I could hear him clipping his toenails, which means we could hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely been in some awkward living situations as well. Let me get through some of the best responses I saw on Reddit. One guy had a male roommate who rarely did laundry, and he would borrow this dude's underwear, usually for dates.
No.
Yeah, and he would tell him that it was not cool, but the guy kept doing it anyway. So it sounds like the guy who wrote this was the beta in that roommate situation. You gotta man up and be like, no, man, free ball it, bitch. All right. One person said that they taught their female roommate how to boil water, and they said that she hadn't made anything before outside of sandwiches and salads.
Wow.
Yeah, so she was a grown child. One person had a roommate who would sleepwalk almost every night, and it wasn't just walking either. She'd clean the fridge and put snacks away. And she'd also quote Shakespeare, which could be either funny or really creepy.
Wow.
Depending on what she was quoting.
I had a neighbor growing up, and he would sleepwalk. He woke up in the pool once doing laps.
No.
Yeah, he was doing laps in the pool.
Wow. Well, at least he was dreaming about swimming and not drowning.
Right.
All right. One person lived with a couple of strippers, right? And then when some Jehovah's Witnesses showed up one time, one of them invited him in for coffee while they were completely nude.
Yeah.
The missionaries booked it and never came back. That's one way to stop getting solicitations. There's another person who had a roommate who was obsessed with CSI. And the problem when you're obsessed with something like this is that, you get paranoid because you watch it and you consume it. She had a CSI pillow, sheets, blankets, the whole nine. And then she refused to turn on any lights, kept all her blinds shut. And she was also paranoid of having her identity stolen by, quote unquote, them.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Tinfoil on the walls, probably.
Yeah, we talked about cooking, and yeah, I definitely have had some roommate cooking experiences where, two right off the bat. One, my buddy Ray, who grew up in Camp Verde, will whip together some of the oddest combinations of stank. And I don't know what he was eating. He's very brilliant, but very like hillbillyish at the same time. And then I had a stepbrother, Jared, who's super fat, and he would make the grossest, fattest things. And the thing is with this is brutal. At one point, him and his wife were living at my house, and I had enough because they were just so gross.
Yeah.
Like the grossest you could even think about as far as like hoarders and dirty. Well, at one point, I ran out of forks and spoons. And I'm like, hey, man, we have no more forks and spoons. They're in your room. You need to get them. Oh, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Are you throwing away forks and spoons, silverware? Because we have none.
Yeah.
Right. So I had like 40 forks, 40 spoons, and one by one, they kept going into the back room and then never coming back out until I had no more silverware.
Yeah.
And then when they moved out, sure enough, I had 3 effing sets.
Wow.
Oh, so mad. So mad. So we're going to continue this conversation on the podcast broadcast. But if you have a strange or horrifying roommate story, I definitely want to hear it. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Music on the way from Jimmy Eat World and Nirvana on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Let me see those comments if you had anything. But oh man,
I got a filth one for you.
Okay, go for it.
So I had a roommate, and he would get up and midnight snack, right? And
Okay.
then because I'm a night owl, I'd hear him, and I would be like, "What's up?" Or I'd say, "What's up?" Or I'd say whatever, and you could tell he was embarrassed.
Okay.
Okay. So then he stopped doing it, but no, he didn't. He started hiding food in his room.
Mm.
So one day I'd walk in there to get the keys, or I was going in there, and he had like M&Ms, like they melt in your mouth, not in your hand, or they melt under your pillow, and there were ants in his bed. And I'm like, how?
Right.
He has ants in his bed. There's ants in the house. Like, what in the world? And that's like, you got to watch that filth.
Yeah, man. That's brutal when there's ants in the bed like that. That is, if that's on a sign, I don't know what is. And if there's ants there, then, cockroaches, the whole nine.
Like, you.
Gross. Okay, here's a couple more that I'll just read off real quick. They say, someone's roommate would make chicken stew, which consisted of, get this is the most basic white girl shit I've ever read. Unseasoned chicken boiled in an entire bottle of red wine vinaigrette dressing and nothing else. And the whole place would smell like vinegar for weeks.
Oh,
Brutal, right?
yeah.
All right. One person had a roommate who would freak out anytime anyone used the microwave to the point where she actually stole it from the kitchen. So you're paranoid of having some kind of condition where you feel like radiation and everything is coming through the microwave and just affecting your life, like
Wow.
how you live. Yeah, that's brutal, scary.
Yeah.
And then see, finally, two more. Someone had a roommate who was so cheap that when they moved out, they took about half of the light bulbs. And
funny.
yeah, the final one was someone had a roommate who stole their bread. And when questioned about it, she suggested that it might have been a ghost. And she even drew it out and said that she felt like some of her stuff was missing too.
Oh,
yeah,
my
like
God.
I think there's a ghost eating our bread. And now that you mention it, I feel like a ghost been eating some of my cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, making a
ghost.
Yeah, like a paranormal grilled cheese sandwich. It's odd.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
So,
but it's ghost tax.
my friend's daughter, who's 6 or 5, or I think she was even younger, he found chocolate in her bed because she had hid chocolate in the bed, and then he hears her crying in her room. What's wrong? He goes in, and her hands are covered in chocolate because they melted.
Yes.
So it upset her, and then she didn't know what to do and whatever. And he goes, "How did the chocolate get in the bed?" And she goes, "A ghost." "Oh, a ghost put in there." Yeah, and starts crying because she's lying.
Keep that in mind for our speed break tomorrow, because I want to ask people what's the funniest lie a kid has told them. And I was trying to think of a funny lie that my daughter told me, but I'm blanking out. And that's an excellent example to get into that question. But first, let's go to TMZ Tucson.
Ooh, what are they doing?
TMZ Tucson. Here's the deal with TMZ Tucson. They got a couple videos they posted recently of some local fights here that I want to share. This happened on 22nd and Kolb. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because somebody just commented on the stream 22nd and Kolb, and it made me recall this video. This is a fight that broke out in the McDonald's there. There is something I want to point out about this fight. Check this out.
Hey, back the fuck up! Hey, back up 1 point.
Yeah, it's one of the managers. And again, this is a McDonald's employee. So don't think it's going to be some soft ass employee. This is an employee that probably has 3 felonies, right? They're working at McDonald's as an adult. They've obviously made some serious life decisions. They're not going to be afraid to scrap.
Yeah, the Hamburglers don't have to dress in stripes anymore.
That's right. Yeah. They just become assistant managers. Okay.
Who the fuck this is? Hey, back up! Who the fuck this is? Back up! Who are you? Back up! Who are you? Who am I?
See, so then the kid gets up. Now he's a kid, mind you. He's probably like a senior or something, but a giant ass kid.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
And he's like, "Who are you? Who the fuck are you?" Right? He's like, "Who am I? I got a headset on, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm wearing an M on my shirt. Who the fuck am I? I'm Ronald."
Yeah, they call me Ronald.
Yeah. Right? So the guy, again, listen to what he says, and then watch. I want you to watch the manager's hands, okay? Watch the manager's hands here, because then he gets into a position where he has to get ready to defend himself, because this kid is a giant ass fucking, gangster. He's wearing socks and sandals. God damn it. Oh, socks and slides. Like, you're making Arizona look bad, bro. Like, that's just a bad look, but that's what they do. All right, check it out.
No. The fuck? No. Come on.
You see that? You see, he balls his hands and fists, so he's getting ready.
No. Please, guys, please. I got to see him. Good. No. The fuck? No. Come on. No. Please, guys.
So he started calling him out. Come on. And then instantly the dude clenches his fist. He's getting ready. He's like, okay, if you're coming at me, I'm going to have to swing. And, it's obviously a scary situation, because
I got to see him.
the kid's got the stamina of a 17-year-old, but he's got the body of a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to get a little terrified by that. So that happened 22nd and Kolb, probably right after high school got out. So you got to try to avoid the high school rush in the fast food restaurants.
Let me ask you something. Growing up, and especially in New York, like, we were literally taught, like, you got to walk with your hands like that.
Oh, yeah?
You walk like that, so you're always ready. Like, it's that sort of, like, mentality there. There's a lot of bullshit back in Long Island. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, as I lived in various areas, there's wannabes, there was actual G's, things like that. But I don't feel like I've ever had to or been told to always walk in.
What about, like, don't look down? You want to walk and look forward like that, and you want to look ahead?
I didn't get those kind of heads up, to be honest with you. But I mean, we're a little more spread out. So, it's a little different. I mean, there are street rules. So we'll ask the streamers, are there any street rules that you were told growing up in high school to try to make you more street smart or look tougher to avoid, being fucked with? Let me know in the comments. I got another video here I want to show. TMZ Tucson knows. This is called baby punches. This happened right outside of Congress, right? There's always drunk fights, and sometimes they fight well, and sometimes they fight like little babies. It's adorable here. Check out the little baby punches this guy throws. Little baby punches.
Boop, 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 boop. That does the trick.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, he's trying to smash his head.
And yeah, look at that 2-inch reach back. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop.
This guy's literally got a car wrapped around.
Yeah. Fucking U of A, man. All right, earlier this morning we had an excellent round of F My Life. In case you missed it, went a little something like this.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another round of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations emailed to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, call us right now at 600 KFMA at 600-5362, and our expert panel will weigh in on your F My Life situation. We got Powers in studio. We got Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, here's our first email. Kevin sent me this one. Said the other day, I learned one of life's great lessons. It is possible to squeeze a ketchup bottle so hard that the plastic breaks and everything lands on your face. F My Life, Shane.
No, that's Big Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Sounds like a fun-filled afternoon.
What do you say there, Powers?
Why was he holding it to his face? What's he thinking?
He's just so strong.
Ah.
That's what I say. Big baby with
Big
your
baby.
big, strong arms and your big, strong hands, Kevin. Good job. You gave yourself a ketchup facial. Good for you. All right. Next F My Life email sent to me by Cam. He said, last weekend, my girlfriend and I decided to have some fun under the stars. Ooh, yeah. Things are getting hot and heavy in my truck bed, and clothes went everywhere. After getting dressed, I felt pain. Little did I know that I threw my underwear in an ant pile.
Oh,
I got bit down south a lot.
no.
F My Life, Shane.
Yeah, that's an F My Life. I am sorry to hear about that story.
Oh, that is brutal. What do
Yeah.
you say, Powers?
Yeah, ants in your pants. That's no good day. That's an F My Life.
100%. We'll hit the trombone for that one, Cam. I hope you heal up quickly. Next F My Life email sent to me by Giovanni. He said, today I told my family about my dreams to get a modern car and a house with my girlfriend, since I'm tired of fixing my 90s car and paying for my dad's rent and doing all his housework. They then told me that I'm selfish for trying to leave them and that I don't care about them. Ooh, F My Life, Powers.
I'm going to say that might be an F My Life because those parents, sometimes they never let you get away with moving to Tucson and leaving them in the dust.
Right. All right, Shane, what do you say?
Yeah, F My Life for sure. But, props to you for the big dreams of getting your own house. And
Right.
everything else. Nowadays, that's rough. So go.
I'll tell you what, and I say F your life for sure, Giovanni, because sometimes it's your family that are your biggest anchors, you know, and family can be toxic or codependent in a way, and you still love them, but at the same time, you need what's best for you. So yeah, run. All right, two more left real quick. Didn't mean to just give advice like Dear Abby, but I related to Giovanni. I was like, I understand.
Yeah.
All right, two more left. Donnie sent me this one. Today I went over to my uncle's house for dinner, and my stomach hurt really bad. I noticed there were 2 toilets and sat in the prettier one and took a huge dump. Turns out I chosen the brand new toilet that wasn't connected to anything yet. Oh, you dumbass, Donnie. F My Life, Shane.
I don't know. I guess F My Life. I mean, when you walk in, there's 2 toilets next to each other. Did it have water in it? I need more.
So many questions. No,
questions.
Donnie just a straight dumbass on this one. Dude. I mean, legit. Like, come on, dude. There's 2 toilets and one doesn't have water in it. You're just gonna Yeah, dry plop. Give me a break.
I've seen those his and hers sinks, but yeah, the toilet idea doesn't exactly work.
No.
So yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna go. That's an F my life. It's pretty embarrassing and stupid.
Nah, I say, big baby, you're a dumbass, and your uncle deserves to be mad at you. All right, final F my life for the day by Beth. Beth wrote, yesterday a guy was hitting on me at a cafe. I told him I was married, but it didn't deter him. So I told him to go away. Now later, my husband came home from work with his boss for dinner, and sure enough, it was the same guy who was hitting on me.
Oh, fun.
Suffice to say, it was an awkward dinner night. F my life for Beth. Shane.
Nah, big baby. Think of the power you now have.
Ah, yeah. Your husband's about to get a raise. What do you say, Powers?
No, I think Shane's convinced me that's a good idea. That's
You nailed it. Yeah, for sure. Keep those F My Life emails coming in. Beefing at KFMA.com. Coming up next, we're hanging out with Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets, and we have $100 in gift certificates to give away. Another round. All right. Real quick before I show this OJ video, it's deter. It's deter. Okay, I understand that. Power's quick to smugly point that out after the F My Life, and then I noticed the look down that Powers did when I said it, and then the look over at Shane. I'm doing a lot of things all at once, right? So, and it doesn't deter me from being able to deliver an enthusiastic F My Life and reading, right? But every now and then a word will slip by that might be mispronounced. It's kind of, I do it on purpose. It's the character. It's all part of the gimmick. It's all shtick.
Beef vegan character.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for our round of tap out that we're going to do a little bit later on. The file is too big for me to play right now. Yeah. But I do have OJ Simpson at the football game. And you would think like OJ Simpson, people are like, fuck you, OJ. You're a double murderer.
Yeah.
Nah. People love celebrities.
Ugh.
Jock and Dicks. Today's Jocking Dick segment is brought to you by Bills fans. Here's OJ at the game. Everyone's trying to get selfies with the juice.
Yeah, but look at the people.
What? They're just people. They're just dudes.
They think it's funny because it's almost like, look, we got a picture with it's like a tongue-in-cheek thing.
Okay, so you're going to tell me, you know what these people are thinking?
Yeah, they think it's funny.
Okay, so, all right. Inside Powers goes inside the minds of football fans.
That's right. They think it's funny.
Look at that. No, they're still, he's basking in his glory.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Look, he's got a Simpson jersey on. What is this fucking guy?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this guy got an O.J. Simpson fucking jersey on.
Man, I guess it was a meet and greet. What did I know?
Yeah. So, explain that dude then.
Good Lord.
Like this guy right there. Are you kidding me?
They're all supportive. Like, we know you didn't do it, OJ. He's like, no, I did it.
Oh, no, I did it. And I got away with it, too.
Yeah, I wrote a whole book.
Yeah.
Literally called that.
Yeah. It's called, you can't do nothing now.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
People are the worst.
I know. Here we go. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. Hanging out with Powers here. We just saw the video clip of OJ Simpson at a football game, and Powers tried to make the assumption that people just thought it'd be funny to get a selfie with OJ. And I said they were actually standing OJ. And next thing you know, enters a guy into the picture wearing an OJ Simpson jersey. Like, how he still has that, and where do they sell that? Like murderers.com? Insane. And of course, he got a picture and probably, got a high five from OJ too, with one glove on.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. It's insane. But people just love stars.
Oh, I love the stars.
The celebs. I know. Did you check out the details from the Apple's Far Out event? Did you see this? This happened last week.
No, I didn't even hear about it.
So, well, they threw it out with basically what they're going to be unveiling to a bunch of, to the public. The Apple Watch Series 8. So for even more health, safety, and connectivity features, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to I think there's two things. There's the watch that goes around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like an AirPod, right? But you don't put it in your ear, you put it in your rectum. And that way it keeps up-to-date blood levels and things like that. Apple, the technology is amazing. They got Apple Watch, 2nd generation, the Ultra Watch if you're rich. It's larger, more durable, and at $799, it's the most expensive watch of all three. AirPods, second generation, Apple iPhone 14 and 14 Plus will actually be cheaper, which is pretty good considering, they haven't given a raise to the 4-year-olds making these phones in years.
Right.
So now they're passing those savings on to us. And normally I'd be upset that you're making children build iPhones. But if you can knock a couple $100 off the price, I'll look the other way.
Yeah. You don't want those green text bubbles. Ugh.
No, you definitely don't. And speaking of technology, here's a headline that will maybe make you feel a little more assured that AI is not going to take over the world.
Okay.
Because they asked the world's most advanced humanoid robot. And the world's most humanoid robot is named Amika, Ameca.
Okay.
All right. And Amika reassured us that there's no need to worry and that robots will never take over the world. All right. That the androids are only here to serve humans.
Oh,
that's what Amika says. But of course, if I was an evil android, that's exactly what I would say too.
Exactly.
I'll let your guard down. So, but I mean, if you want to take solace in just the headline alone, if you want to take this most advanced humanoid robot's word for it, that was programmed for him. Then go for that. And it might help you sleep a little easier tonight. Me personally, I'm going to rewatch Terminator and go to bed crying. All right. So we got your beef tip coming up right around the corner. Keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us there at youtube.com/beefvegan or on our Facebook pages. All of them. Just mentioning it away.
I just had a thought.
You just had thought.
I had a thought, a big thought.
Okay.
Could Terminator 2 Judgment Day just be like, a rainy day solves it?
A rainy day is what?
A rainy day. They were all computers, whatever. Just some water pours down. It's just a monsoon. Terminator's done on the ground.
No.
Why not?
Because they're smart enough, being artificial intelligence, they're smarter than we are. And they are smart enough to make themselves waterproof, dummy. Obviously, if you were a robot, you would have knew that.
True. The umbrella hat pops out from the top of the Terminator. We didn't see that scene.
Yeah, that's a very humanoid assumption. All right. Earlier this morning, we talked about Chick-fil-A accidentally showing their racism on Twitter. In case you missed it, it went a little something like this. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. It's Lincoln Park here on Beef Vegan Presents. Welcome back to the show. The thing about corporate Twitter accounts is that's somebody's job, right? Some sole person usually runs a Twitter account like Wendy's, and then, they have to be clever and, cause little fake beefs between different franchises and all that. But if it's up to an individual can make a mistake that might look very, very bad on your brand.
Yes.
Reason why I bring this up is because Chick-fil-A right now is in hot water based off of a comment that their social media person said to a black customer who's inquiring something about the spicy chicken nuggets. Now, they clarified a tweet that raised some eyebrows recently.
Yeah.
Now, the tweet came in saying, grilled spicy deluxe, but still no spicy nuggets, right?
Uh-huh.
And Chick-fil-A responded to this black man who tweeted this with the comment, your community will be the first to know if spicy items are added to the permanent menu.
Wow.
Yes. And immediately that started a brush fire on Twitter. Like, community?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Do you think black people get newsletters and updates on spicy chicken?
That's so funny.
Like, hey, y'all, spicy chicken over here. Hey, y'all, there's going to be spicy chicken tomorrow. What?
I'm imagining this guy trying to craft this tweet. He's like, how do I say you people
without
without saying that?
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Your community and you people equally as bad. And they're basically saying, Chick-fil-A basically said to this guy, to this black guy, don't worry, we're going to let your people know as soon as we got spicy chicken because we know y'all love some spicy chicken.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Crazy, right? Now, obviously, this led to a firestorm on social media and led to curious responses wondering exactly what quote-unquote community they were referring to and an explanation. Now, imagine this person. Imagine it's probably somebody in their 20s.
Yeah.
They're in charge of social media, the Twitter campaign for Chick-fil-A, which is a franchise. And they're just like, what do I do here? Now the clarification did come pretty fast. All right. Chick-fil-A's team admitted that it was quote unquote a poor choice of words and stressed that there was no intent to be disrespectful or insensitive. What was meant was the community as places where we operate restaurants and serve the surrounding community.
Sure.
Good save.
Good use of synonyms there.
Good save. Yeah. And to make peace, they're offering everybody with melatonin in their skin 15% off their spicy chicken deluxe.
Yeah.
Just got to show proof of melatonin.
Oh my God.
Right. We got tickets to give away for Rome and Duddy from the Dirty Heads coming up next. And also at 7:30, we're going to give you the song and the time that you're listening for so you can enter the When We Were Young Music Festival Flyaway contest that we're doing this week. All that more coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. All right, we're back here live. And I want to get this ready because I just got an email from publicists talking about getting a media request for Tony Khan of AEW. We talked about this before, the juiciness between the CM Punk scrum, him basically calling out the bullshit politics that were happening backstage and doing so unbeknownst to the president and owner of the company right next to him.
Yeah.
Now, there's a video I want to show you that I'm trying to find real quick that I watched the other day that is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's strictly on Tony while CM Punk is going through everything and just watching his facial reactions during it all. And you feel for him, you're embarrassed for him, you're laughing at him. There's so many different things. And I saw it pop up on my YouTube just the other day. In fact, actually, I think I could look at my history. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I found it. Because to me, it was almost a reverse of when CM Punk first won it. Tony Khan was the one at the scrum, cursing left and right, being a maniac. And there was a video of just zooming in on CM Punk's face as he's watching all of this go down.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty interesting.
Okay, so it was a turnabout. And
Yeah,
you
a
found
little.
it?
No, I didn't find I didn't find the one you're looking for now. I remember seeing one that was kind of roles reversed. Because you remember Tony Khan famously was bonkers at that media scrum when CM Punk first won it.
Yes. All right. I'm trying to find it. We got about 2 minutes before we get into beef tip, and I'm hoping I do. Let's see. So many different things. And if I don't get it today, I'll get it tomorrow.
There's a lot of erotic ASMR in his history. He just loves listening to.
Yeah, you're hilarious. I'm going to show this just to shut you the fuck up real quick. What I've been watching on YouTube here.
That wasn't even me.
I'm just saying this is odd. Okay, so let's go through my YouTube history. Anderson Silver to Jake Paul, the press conference there, the full Thunderbolts D23 announcement panel, the Law and Order segment that John Oliver did that got fucking cop lovers pissed off.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Jim Cornette reviews Clash at the Castle, Diaz versus Ferguson post-fight press conference. Did that a couple times. The live stream, overtime with Bill Maher, the Seth Meyers. You've seen all my liberal shit pop up, but it is entertaining. I like it.
Is it liberal or is it,
Yeah, I mean, some people would argue that. Embedded is a lot of UFC stuff, and Disney stuff, Marvel stuff, American Gigolo. That was all shit with Herb. So that's my YouTube history. I stand by it. Okay. What's up, Mike? Go ahead. You got a minute? What's going on? Sure. Yeah. I'll be out of here in like 5 minutes or so. Just got one last segment. Okay. No problem. All right. So yeah, shout out to Christina, who has been killing it on the soccer mom game and circuit, and her kid's been doing awesome. And of course, she got a job. So which is awesome. So she's been doing fantastic. We're losing streamers to responsibilities.
The jobs?
So,
What are you all thinking?
We need more jobless or business owner streamers.
Night jobs.
Yeah, but they can watch this on demand. All right, we're on in 15 seconds. We'll pull that video up another time, but it's amazing to see this guy's face. And it looks like we're going to be talking to him on September 20th. So fingers crossed. And honestly, the first question will be like, so Tony, Rock 102.1 KFMA, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We are almost out of time, but as always, I'd like to remind you of a couple things. I've already given you the song that you're listening for and when you're going to hear it to qualify for the When We're Young Vegas Flyaway. Tomorrow morning, 7:30, I'm going to do it all over again We also have a pair of tickets that we're going to give away 8 o'clock for Rome from Sublime with Rome and Duddy from the Dirty Heads. And we'll have other goodies to give away. And Weirdo's going to be in studio with Powers and I. So that's what's happening tomorrow morning. And before Robin Nash takes over, let me give you a beef tip. Now, Queen Elizabeth passed away at the age of 96. That's a good run. All right. How did she do so? Well, she had exercise and eating habits that helped her live to that age. So I'm going to break down what those were so you could have a nice long life as well. She was the world's oldest head of state when she passed away at 96, and she preferred sensible exercise over tough workouts and loved to be in nature. Her Majesty also liked simple, healthy meals and enjoyed dark chocolate and a daily gin. And on top of that, this one last thing I forgot to mention. Before bed, she made sure to enjoy a nice, tall glass of virgin blood.
Oh.
Shaken, not stirred.
That's the difference.
Yes. So don't forget to do that. And that's my beef tip. Live like the queen. Live to be 96 years old. All right. That's all the time we have for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Robin Nash is up next. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later. Peace, guys. Don't forget to get that virgin blood.
Delicious.
You will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.